right. Good morning, everybody. Court
Good
will.
morning.
Good morning. Court will begin with the March 28th, 2022, and we're on YouTube. And let's see. I think we have cause number F0893-18-4 in the interest of Lisa Solis. And I see Mr. Salinas. I see Mr. Lopez. And I believe the names of Eloisa Chapa and Luis Solis are on the screen. I think they're connecting. They're still connecting. Let's see. I think Mr. Solis is already on. There he is. Now we need to get Miss Chapa in there. Okay. She's connected. I think she's connected. There you go. All right. Good morning, folks. Here we are again on F0893-18-4 in the interest of Lisa Solis. And what do we have, gentlemen?
Your Honor, I think the court had asked me to try to see if we could get some professional help. We reached out to at least two people. Best case scenario, Judge, we wouldn't have, I think Dr. Quilantan, which is a reputable, I think she's in the field of psychology. She said she wouldn't be able to have anything ready till April 1.
Okay.
Or slightly afterwards. We can still go forward with the hearing today if the court would like. I don't know if it would be of any benefit. Somewhere down the road, I think Dr. Quilantan would have to come forward. And I think Ms. Chapa we're on the same page. I think Ms. Chapa can hear me and she's nodding her head. That's kind of like where we're at, Judge.
Okay,
Judge,
Mr. Lopez, yes.
I mean, that was discussed at the last hearing, but no agreement was reached as to whether or not the child should go to counseling or not. However, my client doesn't oppose the child going to counseling if that's what the child needs, but we need to continue with visitation with the child, Judge, as per the divorce decree.
I understand last time the girlfriend or something was a problem or something.
Well, I don't know if she's available today. I don't mind asking her and Mr. Solis a few questions and even Mrs. Chapa, and then maybe the court can decide either to grant or deny the request. I think Ms. Chapa would testify that at this point, it's causing some psychological harm if we force this little girl to go because of the situation. I'm not saying it's not anything that can be resolved, but I think that you'll hear Ms. Chapa say that based on her discussions with her. The other thing, Judge, is that I think Greg was kind enough to tell us what was going on with Mr. Solis. I mean, I would have to ask him questions about whether or not he was arrested for it, not necessarily whether he did it, because I would respect any right he has against any kind of self-incrimination. If he doesn't feel comfortable answering questions, I would respect that too. But like with the invocation of any Fifth Amendment right, I mean, it's kind of like a spoliation instruction. It's not to his benefit because it can't be used as a sword and a shield. It's something the court can consider in deciding to at least temporarily grant a TRO on the visits until we're able to get this little girl seen by Dr. Quilantan.
Judge, we told the court at the last hearing that my client was in fact arrested for assault. The alleged victim is Valerie being the girlfriend that my client lives with and has lived with for several months now. Valerie is available to testify this morning if the court wants to take testimony. And just to bring the court up to date, a magistrate's emergency protective order was granted pursuant to that divorce. That order has now been withdrawn, or should I say there's a new order from the Hidalgo municipal judge dismissing the emergency protective order based on an affidavit filled out and filed by Valerie. But my client still does have a case pending, probably with the intake at the district attorney's office. The CR number has not yet been assigned. But the complaints last time were something having to do with Valerie, Judge, and the court wants to ask Valerie.
So if Valerie's out of the picture, can Mr. Solis see his daughter?
No, Judge.
Without Valerie?
No, well, I mean, that's an interesting point, but this is the point. I mean, inevitably, I would think that they're going to see each other, that Valerie would have to dismiss the case against Mr. Solis. That doesn't mean that the facts didn't occur, and that doesn't mean that they weren't witnessed by this child. We're talking about apples and oranges. I mean, I expect and I would hope that Mr. Solis would get that problem resolved. However, the sequence of events that made up the initial charge and the initial need for the protective order by a magistrate was not for the child. It was against Mr. Solis on behalf of Miss Valerie. I think Miss Chapa would also give you testimony. She had a discussion with her. Miss Valerie, and again, I only call her Miss Valerie because I don't really know her last name, but she made some admissions to my client regarding what had happened that night. And this stems, again, let me say it this way. Maybe I would have been married at least instead of divorced. If I just said that this is the way I feel. I think that the incident started from some allegation that he had cheated on the relationship. I'm not saying it's true, but that's what it is. And my only concern, Judge, is I don't know if Miss Valerie's there with Mr. Solis right now, because if we're going to have a hearing, we're going to have to invoke the rule. And I don't know if they're both in the same place. So, I mean, I think, Judge, I'm not asking the court to pass this. I think that in all fairness to Greg and his client, I think we need at least some kind of hearing that would corroborate some of the allegations in the motion to suspend the visits temporarily. We're not saying that there's never been a fruitful relationship between this little girl and Mr. Solis, because we're just saying that in light of some of the events that are going on between the two of them, it's having a psychological detriment to the child that's his daughter and Mrs. Chapa's daughter. And I think that the court would probably benefit at this point, without further delay, some testimony so we can get somewhere with this. Again, I'm not in it to prove that Mr. Solis did something wrong. I'm just, whether or not that's the allegation, whether the facts may have occurred either one way or the other way, that's not the point. I mean, I think that Ms. Chapa wouldn't know about this, but for the fact that I think she's 7 right now, made these.
Okay. All right, let me hear some testimony, and then I'll go from there. I mean, you didn't even consider with day visits or supervise at Chuck E. Cheese or something like that for one day or something, anything temporary until we get some kind of doctor's opinion?
I think inevitably, Judge, that may be something the court might consider, but at this point, I don't want the court just to sua sponte do that without getting some testimony, at least from Mr. Solis, Ms. Valerie, and Mrs. Chapa.
All right. Who's going to be testifying first? Ms. Chapa?
I'll call Mr. Solis first to get that out of the way. I'll be very careful the way I ask my questions. And then I ask Mr. Solis whether or not Ms. Valerie is anywhere nearby. Maybe we can have her go somewhere else, and maybe the court can instruct him and her about, the issues regarding the rule.
Okay. Court will take judicial notice of the entire file in cause number F0893-18-4 in the interest of Lisa Solis. Good morning, Mr. Solis. Please raise your right hand. You swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
You may put your hand down and listen carefully to the questions. Okay, sir? Go ahead, Mr. Salinas.
Mr. Solis, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions today. One of them I'm going to ask you, is Miss Valerie anywhere near you?
No, not anymore. No, ahorita no. No, she's not.
Okay. Are you in the same place together, in the same household?
Yes.
Okay. So you sent her off to a different room, or what was that?
Yeah. Once you said, yeah.
Okay. So let me ask, you understand that you and Mrs. Chapa had a child as a result of a relationship, right?
Yes.
Okay. And can you tell the court, and for the record, some of the questions I may ask you may sound stupid, but somebody's making a record of it, and I have to ask you the questions anyways. So can you give us your daughter's full name for the record, please?
Lisa Solis.
Okay. And Mr. Solis, this is, how old is Lisa right now?
7.
Okay. And can you tell the court, and for the record, did y'all get divorced, or is this just a suit affecting parent-child relationship? Do you know?
What I mean, I was divorced like 3 years ago.
Okay. And as a result of that divorce, you were given certain visits with your daughter, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and can you tell the court, and for the record, again, it may sound like we should know this already,
Mhm.
but when was it? Do you remember when you first got divorced?
It was in, I think, like January or February in 2018.
Okay.
Somewhere
And
around
since, right, and then after you got divorced, you exercised your visits with Lisa. When was it that you first met Miss Valerie?
about a year and a half ago.
Okay. So it's fair to say that about 4 years after you were divorced and after you started exercising your visits, more or less a year and a half ago from today was when you first met Valerie?
Yes.
And Valerie's last name, Mr. Solis, is what, sir?
Davila,
Okay. And how old is Valerie, Mr. Solis?
28, 27, I think 20,
And has she ever,
20, 28,
okay. And how old are you, sir?
45.
45?
Yes.
Okay. So there's a significant age difference between you and Mrs. Valerie, right?
Yeah.
Can you hear the questions or not, Mr. Solis?
Yes. Yes. I
When you
can.
answer, you need to speak up loud enough so the judge can hear you, okay? Okay?
Yes.
Okay. So there is a big age difference between you and her. Not that there's anything wrong about it. She's 28, you're 45. Is that correct?
Yes.
And just to get a little bit of background, does Valerie have any children?
No.
Has she ever been married before?
Yes.
Okay. But no children, correct?
No. She
Alright.
passed away when her little girl was 3 months.
Okay. Now, Mr. Solis, let me ask you this question. When did you first, if you remember, when did you first introduce Lisa, your 7-year-old daughter, to Miss Valerie? How long ago was that?
About a year, more or less, a little bit more than a year.
Okay. And what was, again, reminding you that you're under oath, how did Lisa feel about the fact that you were carrying on a relationship with her and you had a daughter by the name of Lisa Solis?
Who feels? Valerie
How did
feels?
she feel about it? How did she feel about it?
She always likes being with Valerie. So I don't know what her mom's getting.
Okay. And now we're going to skip through all of that. How long ago was it? I'm not going to ask you whether you did it or not. I don't want to do that. How long ago was it that you were arrested for an issue concerning some domestic violence with Mrs. Valerie?
About 2 months ago.
Okay. And basically, without you telling me what happened, I'm not going to ask you. Basically, she's alleging that there was some violence between you and her, correct?
Supposedly.
Don't tell me if it's true or not true. I'm not going to ask you that. I don't want to get into that, okay?
Okay.
Because that case is still pending, correct?
Yes.
Right. So what's your understanding about the charges that are pending against you? I don't want you to tell me if it's true or not true. What's your understanding about the charges against you?
What am I understanding about the charges? That's what you're asking?
What do you think you're charged with?
Domestic violence, but it was nothing.
No, I'm not asking you that. And I don't think Greg, your lawyer, wants you to say one way or the other. I don't want to know it. It's not important.
And then you're
But
asking,
would you agree with me that part of the allegation is that Valerie is alleging, nobody's saying it's true, that there was some domestic violence from you against her? Is that more or less what you understand?
yeah.
Okay. And the other part of the allegation is that she's claiming, I'm not saying it's true, that you hit her, that you may have hit her, may have slapped her, pushed her, whatever. Something to that effect, correct? Is that correct?
Yes.
Right. You were arrested for that, correct?
Correct.
And can you tell the court you were arrested by who? By Hidalgo PD, Edinburgh, McAllen, who?
By Hidalgo PD.
Okay. And did you have to make bond on that case?
Yes. And then,
Okay. And you were able to make bond, you got released, right? And then as a result of that, there was,
the thing is, I don't understand was this case, my case is separate than my daughter's case.
Mr. Solis, we'll get to that later. I mean, I know you got a very good lawyer who's representing you. Let him do his job. Let me just ask you some questions and then to answer them, okay? Now, after you were released, there was a protective order. You went in front of the judge, and I'm not
Yes.
saying that protective order is still there, but part of the protective order was that you needed to stay away from Valerie and not commit any more acts of violence against her, correct?
Yes, correct.
Now, real quick, when this happened and you were arrested, was Valerie living with you or was she living somewhere else?
When this happened, when the incident happened, she was living with me, yes.
Okay. Did she have anywhere else to go after you were arrested? Did she leave the house or did she stay there?
No, she left to her mom's.
And then subsequent to that, did you have a discussion with her about her coming back to the house?
I talked to my lawyer first.
Okay. Did you have a discussion with her about her coming back home? Is that a yes?
Yeah.
Okay, so you understood that you had to stay away from her, and I have no doubt that you talked to your lawyer about it. I'm not asking you about that.
Mhm.
But somewhere down the road, she had to agree that she needed to drop either the charges or the protective order, or else there was no way you could get back together, correct?
She did it the first day, but over there in PD, there's something wrong over there.
What?
That same day that they took me, she went, she called, she couldn't get it out.
Okay, so then she had to stay away from the house for a little bit, and then eventually you resolved it, correct?
Yes, I went to the lawyer, yes.
Okay, and she was able to come back, right?
Yes.
Right. But the charge itself is still pending, and you have to go to court somewhere down the road, correct?
Correct.
Now, I want you to think real hard. When you got arrested, right, was Valerie there? Was Lisa there at your house that day, or was she somewhere else?
I hadn't seen Lisa since November. So you know.
Okay. And had there ever been problems between you and Miss Valerie before your arrest?
Everybody has
Mine?
problems. Everybody has problems.
Okay. So I'm going to take that as a yes, that there had been issues between
Yes.
you and Valerie, correct?
Sometimes, correct.
And sometimes your daughter Lisa, your daughter Lisa was there when you were having these issues with her, correct?
Sometimes.
Is that a yes, or you need to speak up, Mr. Solis? I know maybe you don't
Yes.
want to answer, but you need to speak up. Okay. Do you remember an incident involving her toys? Did you ever use any of Lisa's toys, and did you ever throw them at Miss Valerie or anything like that?
No, sir.
Okay, I appreciate your honesty. Did you ever have any shouting matches in front of Lisa with Valerie?
Shouting.
Matches. I mean, shouting or whatever, arguing with each other.
I only see Lisa 4 days of the month. And you
Okay, that's not my question. It's not my question. And I want to get through this quick, Mr. Elise. Did you ever expose your daughter to shouting matches between you
I don't think so.
and Valerie?
I don't think so.
Okay, you don't think so? It's not an unequivocal no. Is it possible, Mr. Solis, that happened?
Possible, but I don't think so.
Okay, all right. So she's only 7 years old. So if she made a comment to her mom or someone else that this was happening, do you believe that, again, that your daughter would lie about something like that? Or is it something that she was exposed to?
If you ask my daughter, did you see a horse? She's gonna say yes. If you ask her, did you eat an apple? She's gonna say yes. That's how she is.
Let me ask you this. Did you ever talk
her
to...
mom ask her, were they fighting? Were they fighting? She's gonna say yes.
Okay.
When you see a movie, then she's gonna say yes. That's how she is.
Right. But we know that you've been arrested for domestic violence. That's the difference here. You understand that?
Yes, I understand that.
Okay. So you understand that I'm not claiming that you did this or that you're guilty. I'm just saying that you were arrested for it, correct?
Yes, everybody knows that. Okay.
And everybody knows that. And you understand that the person who said this wasn't Mrs. Chapa. It was Mrs. Valerie who called the police and had you arrested, right?
No, I called the police.
Okay. And then they ended up arresting you, correct?
Yes, correct.
And when you ended up telling the police what was happening, basically what you described was these issues of domestic dispute, domestic violence between you and Valerie, correct? Correct?
Correct.
And when you talked to the officers, did you tell the officers that this has been going on for a while? Like you're always fighting about something or something else?
No, I didn't
Did you say that?
No, sir.
Did at any point in time did Valerie accuse you of cheating with someone else, another woman?
It's just
Yes or no, Miss Lee? Just that's
yes.
it. Okay, and typically when spouses cheat on one another, it causes problems at the house, correct?
I don't cheat.
Not saying it's true. I'm not saying it's true. But when that topic comes up, people argue about it, correct?
Yes.
Okay, do you remember arguing in front of Lisa about that, your daughter?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Okay.
No,
Yeah.
not because of that. No.
When was the last time you spoke to Mrs. Chapa, Eloisa Chapa, your ex-wife?
I think it was when Lisa's birthday. We called her from a different phone because she had us blocked on her birthday.
Okay, when was the last time? So that was on her
That was the
birthday.
last time. Yes, but we didn't
Now-
talk. When she recognized the voice, she hung up.
Okay.
That was it. We didn't talk.
Now, Mr. Solis, did you ever tell Mrs. Chapa, do you admit or deny that you ever told Mrs. Chapa that you couldn't speak to her about your daughter unless Valerie was present? Do you admit or deny that? Is that a true
No, I
statement or is
deny
that a
that.
false statement?
I deny that.
Okay, I'm not understanding you. Do you admit that you told her that or do you deny
No.
that you made that?
You never told her that.
Okay,
I don't
do you
speak to
know?
her.
Okay,
Whenever.
the phone number that you have,
Okay.
okay, is that the same number that you've had for a while now or did you change it recently?
This Valerie's number.
Okay, and do you use Valerie's number to call Mrs. Chapa?
We only text her when we're going to pick up my daughter. Nothing else.
Okay, now what I'm
One other
asking you.
day, that's it.
Now what I'm asking you, whether it's text or calling, do you use that number to get a hold of Mrs. Chapa?
Yes, that's the only number
Right.
she has.
Okay, so have you ever given Valerie permission to call Mrs. Chapa and discuss any of your personal affairs with Valerie? Have you ever given Valerie permission to discuss those with Mrs. Chapa?
No,
Okay, were you
Yeah.
aware that Valerie had called Mrs. Chapa and discussed some of the incidents, some of the problems that you were having with her?
she doesn't call for anything.
Okay, listen to me. If I told you that Valerie called Mrs. Chapa, my question is this, are you aware whether or not Valerie, you ever gave permission to Valerie to call Mrs. Chapa?
No,
Are you aware, do you deny knowing that Valerie called Mrs. Chapa and told her that you were cheating on her? You aware of that?
I'm not cheating and she wouldn't call her for that. Not
Okay.
even.
What's your cell number? We're gonna run those, what's this, that's Valerie's cell number.
It's, I don't even know it by name. 558.
558?
Hold on, I don't even know it. Information 4966.
558-4966, correct?
Yes,
And have you had discussions with Valerie about whether or not you all need to stop fighting in front of your daughter Lisa when she goes over to visit?
I mean, that's not.
Is somebody in there with you right now, Mr. Lisa?
It's lawyers.
Okay, all right. Judge, I don't have any more questions.
Okay.
My next witness would be Valerie. Thank you, Mr. Lisa.
All right, Mr. Lopez?
All right, Mr. Solis, just a few questions for you, just to clarify some points, okay? And please speak up when you answer a question, all right?
Okay.
All right. Was it your testimony earlier, sir, that you have not seen your daughter since November of 2021?
Yes, correct.
Okay, what date in November did you last see your daughter?
I gotta check that. I don't remember, but all December we didn't see her from then on. Let me see.
Okay, well, look, it was in November. Was it the beginning of November, middle of November, or the
Oh,
end?
the last week probably.
Okay. Why have you not seen your daughter since November of 2021?
Okay, first Valerie was sick, and then I was sick, but that was only like a month. Then look, her mom, Eloisa, she said, okay, she's not going because George is sick. Okay, we waited 2 more weeks. And then supposedly Lisa was sick.
Okay. When was Valerie sick and what was she sick of?
COVID, but it was like in December.
Okay. And did you get sick after Valerie?
Yes.
Also COVID?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And when do you think your daughter was sick?
January. Oh,
Okay.
January.
And have you tried to visit with your daughter since, say, February 2022?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
All right. And what efforts have you made to see your daughter?
We went to her house. We text her with her. She just said, she's not going. That was it. Okay, we left her. And then the next 2 weeks, the same thing. Until we went to get a police report. And then I called you.
And then you were served with this modification, correct?
Yes.
And this restraining order. Okay. Now, how many times since you've lived with Valerie have you called the police to your house?
To my house?
Yes. How many times have you called the police to your house?
One time.
Okay. Since you've been living with Valerie, how many times has Valerie called the police to your house?
No. None? Zero?
Okay. All right. And again, you've been living with her since when?
About a year and a half ago.
Okay. And what city do you and Valerie live in?
In Hidalgo.
Okay.
Hidalgo.
And sir, before you were living with, or should I say, before November of 2021, were you following the court order for visitation with your daughter?
Yes, I mean, I try to be there all the dates that it says on the paper. Every time. I probably missed like Thursdays because I get out of work at 6 and she doesn't want anybody else to go get her. That's why we stopped going on Thursdays because she said, her mom, Lisa's mom, she said she's not gonna let anybody else take her but me. I get out at 6:15. By the time I get there, it's really late.
All right.
That's how we stop Thursdays.
But before November 2021, you were visiting on your weekends.
Yes, sir.
And where would you pick up your daughter?
At her house,
In what city?
Palmview.
How far of a drive is it from your house to where your daughter lives?
20 minutes, 25 minutes.
Okay. And you would have your child all the way to Sundays at 6?
Yes, Sundays at 6.
Okay. And again, visitation stopped because people got COVID starting in December.
Yes.
All right. Now, you don't contact Ms. Chapa, do you?
No, for nothing. Just on the day we're gonna pick up Lisa. That's the only time we text her.
Okay. And
And
when you
we try
say,
to call her on her birthday, but she was blocked.
all right, now you're saying we, but the question was, do you contact Ms. Chapa?
No,
Why not?
for nothing.
Why not?
When she had my number, it's just I don't want her to have my number. It's just
Why?
too problematic.
So now it's your girlfriend that contacts Ms. Chapa directly.
Yes, but I'm always there with her.
Okay. And sir, does your order require you to let Ms. Chapa know when you're going to go pick up your daughter? Is that what's written in the divorce decree?
No, it doesn't say.
Then why are you all sending her a message before you go pick up your daughter?
Because sometimes we drive all the way over there and she's over here in Mission or in McAllen. So we have to go 20 minutes back. That's like an hour wasted right there. 40 minutes wasted. That's why we text her first. Where are you? Or where we're going. That's why we want to text her.
Sir, do you want to continue visiting with your daughter?
Yes.
If your daughter were with you on the days that she needs to go to counseling or she's scheduled for counseling, would you take her?
Yes, I would.
Would you take her yourself or would you ask Valerie to take her?
I would. I mean, if I have to, for that, I have to go. Take her.
You work on Saturdays?
No,
Do you work on Sundays?
no.
Okay. And if the judge were to say, look, we're going to do away with Thursday's visitations, would you be okay with that?
Yeah, sure. I mean, yeah.
Because you don't have time to make, or you can't make it on time.
Yes, because she wants me to go pick her up. She doesn't want to. That's the only thing. I mean, if Valerie will go pick her up, I mean, by the time I get home, they will both be at the same time to the house, but
Okay.
it's impossible.
So if the judge does away with Thursday visitation, you're okay with that?
Yeah, it's okay.
Yes?
Yes,
And you want to keep your regular visitation, which is the first, third, and fifth Fridays of the month.
yes.
And you want it to begin at 6 p.m., correct?
If it's possible at 7, so I don't have any more problems with that.
You
Because I
want it
get
to
out
end? Okay, you want it to end on Sunday.
Sundays anytime, yes.
And you also had said, look, we can do the child exchange where?
At the police department, Palm Beach Police.
Why the Palm View Police Department?
I don't want to go over there. No, I mean, it's a neutral place.
Okay. All right. And would it be you picking up your daughter?
If it's at 7, I will, yes.
Okay. And will it be you returning your daughter?
Yes.
All right. Sir, do you drink alcohol?
No, sir. None.
Do you do drugs?
No.
Do you smoke marijuana?
No, I don't smoke. Nothing.
Do you smoke cigarettes?
No.
Who lives at your house other than you and Valerie?
Nobody.
Okay. How many bedrooms is your house?
3.
Does your daughter have a bedroom in that house?
Well, it's not hers, but it's all her toys are there. It's a bed there, but she sleeps with us.
Okay.
She's still with us.
All right. Is there anything you'd like to tell the judge?
Yeah, I mean, my daughter spends 4 days out of the week, and she's blaming me for how she acts when most of the time she is with her. Even at school, she is with her. She returns to the house at 6. You think she doesn't get hungry? She gets frustrated at school from 6 to 6 at school. And then you blame me for how she acts.
Your Honor, I'm gonna object to relevance. We're not, I mean, I,
Okay.
Okay. You want to know how my life is at my house?
it's the same objection.
Or how she is.
All right. Objections sustained. Any more questions, Mr. Lopez?
Yeah, one last one, Judge, just to
Okay.
wrap all this up. Sir, are you current with your child support and medical support payments?
Yes, sir. I don't know anything.
All right, I'll pass the witness, Judge.
All right, Mr. Salinas.
I got a couple of questions. Mr. Solis,
Yes.
I don't know if you answered this, but why is it that if you're Eloisa Chapa, the mother of Lisa, why does she have to call Valerie if you've only known her for a year and a half? Why does she have to call her and not you directly?
Do you want to know the answer?
I want to know. Well, let me
That's
ask it this way.
Eloisa. Before,
Prior to you being involved with Valerie,
yes.
my understanding is, correct me if I'm wrong, that
Okay.
you and Mrs. Chapa had a decent relationship and Lisa wasn't having any issues. Is that correct?
No, that's not correct. This
My-
Lisa's thing right now is not just from, she's been slow ever since she was born.
Okay, but that's not my question. My question is it true or not true that you and Mrs. Eloisa Chapa have gotten along all right? You've been able to visit with your daughter
Yes,
up
but
until, hold on, let me
yeah.
finish. Up until the point that you got together with Miss Valerie, correct?
yes, but I mean, I can't be all day texting with her. I mean, I'm married right now. I mean, it's not the same thing being married and being single.
Okay.
I
So
mean,
my-
she doesn't respect her husband. I mean, that's not my problem, but I do respect my relationship. And she
Okay,
wants
so-
to be texting. I mean, not a lot, but I mean,
So,
just
Mr.
regular
Lisa,
conversation
I get that. But the bottom line is that you understand that you're the only one solely responsible for communicating with the mother and not your girlfriend or your wife. You understand that, right?
when we contact her.
No. Listen to the question. You understand that it's your obligation to contact the mom and talk to her. You may not like the way she wants to contact with you, but you understand that it's your responsibility to talk to Mrs. Chapa, and yet you've told the court that you're giving that responsibility to Valerie, a 28-year-old girl. And woman that you've married now, and she's the one responsible for talking to Mrs. Chapa, correct?
No, she's responsible for the number. When I'm there, when she calls,
Okay,
we don't call her. We
so-
just text her. We're going. We're going. That's it.
Okay, Mr. Solis,
Are you there?
then on
And
top of that, you're telling the court that you think it's okay to send Mrs. Valerie to go pick up your 7-year-old daughter, correct?
I think so. There's nothing wrong with that.
Okay, all right. So you want your 7-year-old daughter to be okay with your wife that you're now married to. I didn't know that, married to, and you've only known for the last year and a half. Is that basically the facts? Did I get those right?
I don't see nothing wrong with that. Yes.
Okay, I get that, but it's basically a woman that you've only known for a year and a half, and you're asking your daughter, when she's only been used to you picking her up, to somehow or the other accept that now Valerie will be picking her up, correct?
We didn't agree on that she was gonna go pick her up.
Okay, I don't know if I understand you, but that's all I have. Thank you, Judge.
All right, next witness, Mr. Salinas.
Miss Valerie?
Is she on? Is she in?
Let me have her get logged in, Judge. She's outside my office.
Okay,
Mr.
okay.
Solis is actually inside my office. So
All right. Valerie. Oh, she's married. Valerie Solis.
No, Davila. We're not.
Oh,
married.
Davila, okay.
Okay, I guess that's my question, just to get this clarified. Are you married to her, Mr. Solis, or not?
Oh, not yet.
Okay,
we're not
so,
married.
all right.
But she
But
lives.
she still has her name, Valerie Davila?
Yes.
All right.
Judge, because of the rule, I asked her to leave my office. She's sitting outside in the car, so I'm asking her to log in.
Okay,
Or
all
something.
right.
Okay.
Okay, right there.
There she is.
All right, just connecting. All right, good morning, Ms. Davila. Can you hear me?
Good morning, yes.
Good morning, ma'am. Please raise your right hand. You're going to be testifying, okay? You swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
You may put your hand down and listen carefully to the questions. Mr. Salinas, you may proceed.
Ms. Davila, I'm going to ask you a few questions. I represent Mrs. Chapa. Do you understand that?
Yes,
Okay. Do you also understand that you're under oath and your answers to my questions need to be truthful and complete? You understand that, right?
I completely understand.
All right. Now, Ms. Davila, I was going to ask you, during the period of, I'll go back to August of 2021 until now, have you ever placed any phone calls, and do you admit or deny ever speaking to a lady by the name of Mrs. Eloisa Chapa?
No, sir. The only time I spoke to her was when we would go pick up Lisa and we would drop her off. That's it.
Okay. Between August of 2021 and now, what number have you had, or what numbers have you had? What phone number?
Phone numbers? I had a 558-4966.
Is that still your number?
That's the newest one that I have right now, the latest one.
Okay, and the number before that was what?
997-1284.
And how long had you had that number, Mrs. Avila?
I've had it for years.
Okay. And at any point in time, do you know if Mr. Solis ever used that number or the 558 number to text Mrs. Eloisa Chapa, the mother of Lisa Solis?
Only in regards to Lisa to pick her up and to drop her off. That's it.
Okay, so I'm asking you this because you're under oath and there's phone records out there. So you don't remember ever placing a direct call to Mrs. Chapa from either one of these two numbers where you had a specific discussion with her regarding issues with Mr. Solis? You deny
Never.
that.
Yes, the only time I spoke to her one time was when she stopped me and told me all the past of her and Mr. Solis. That's it.
Okay. Did you share anything with her at that moment regarding your problems with Mr. Solis?
No, sir.
Have you ever indicated to her that Mr. Solis at any point in time, and I'm not saying it's true or not true,
Mhm.
that he's ever cheated on you?
Never.
Okay. Have you ever accused Mr. Solis of cheating on you?
No, sir.
The incident in which Mr. Solis was arrested for, that was a charge that you filed against him, correct?
Correct.
And when, do you remember when you called the police?
I didn't call, he called, and it was
Okay.
a misunderstanding.
Okay, I'm not asking you that. I'm just trying to get you to focus on the question. When the
Okay.
police showed up, you made allegations against Mr. Solis regarding the events that took place that night, correct?
Correct.
And can you tell the court briefly, do you remember the date and the time that this occurred?
February 9th, sorry.
February of 2022, correct?
Correct.
And when he called the police, is it your understanding that he called the police to complain about you?
Correct.
And you're 28 today, is that correct?
29.
29, okay. 28 at the time?
No, I'm 29. I'm
Okay,
20.
so you were 29 when the police were called on February 9th of the year 2022, is that correct?
Correct.
Right, and is it fair to say that when he called the police, he had called the police because he had told the officers he was making allegations against you regarding certain acts of violence, is that correct?
Correct.
Now, he had indicated that you were trying to beat him up, scratch him. Do you remember? Hold on. Do you remember what it was exactly that Mr. Solis had claimed you had done to him?
I don't recall exactly. It was an allegation that we had, a discussion of.
And is it true, Mrs. Davila, without me having to, again, I can file this, but isn't it true that he said that this were historical events between you and him? That this wasn't the first time you had done this to him, correct?
Correct.
So he's already testified that you've known him. Well, let me ask you this. Is it true or not that you've known Mr. Solis for about a year and a half?
Correct.
Right. And during his conversations with the officers with Hidalgo PD, and I'll let you tell me this, these were historical events, historical acts of domestic violence between you and Mr. Solis, correct?
Correct.
I mean, what happened on the 9th of February wasn't isolated to the 9th of February. He had told the officers that in the past you tried to beat him up before, correct?
Correct.
Right. And then do you remember, hold on. You remember whether or not, and again, I'll remind you that Turner Road, Lisa, his daughter, had been there on some of these occasions, correct?
She was not there. We didn't fight when she was there. Never did.
Okay, no, that's not what I'm asking you. In some of these historical events that were described by Mr. Solis against you, Lisa was there when you guys were having the arguments and yelling at each other, irrespective of whether or not there had been any acts of violence from you against him, correct?
No.
So you're denying that Lisa was ever there when you guys were fighting and arguing with each other?
We never argued in front of her.
Okay, well, how big is a house that you guys live in?
It has 3 rooms, 2 restrooms. It's big.
Okay, well, how many square feet? 2,000 square feet, 1,000 square feet?
It's a good amount.
Okay. So do you remember whether or not in some of these instances where the shouting or the fighting was going on, is it possible, Ms. Avila, that the little girl may have heard you and her father arguing about your own personal matters inside the house?
No, sir.
And how would you know this, Mrs. Avila?
She wasn't there. She was always playing with her toys.
Okay, well, let's correct that. You're not saying she wasn't physically there. You're just saying that when you were arguing with Mr. Solis, she
She
was in
didn't-
another room playing with her toys. That's what you just said right now. So
No.
I'm asking you, was
We
she
were
physically?
never, she wasn't
hold-
there. We were
Hold on,
never-
Mrs. Avila. I'm not going to talk over you, and I'm sure the court's not going to appreciate it. I'm asking you, was she physically there? Not whether or not you believe she heard you or not. Was she physically there visiting her father in any of those instances that you were having discussions with Mr. Solis?
No, sir, she was never physically there.
So she never came to visit during the last year and a half that you and Mr. Solis started your relationship.
She was there, but when she was there, we would never fight. We would never argue in front of her.
All right, okay. The day that Mr. Solis was arrested, tell the court, what did you tell, and again, I'll remind you that turn the road. What did you tell the court? What did you tell the officer that Mr. Solis had done to you that prompted his arrest?
I did tell the officer and I wrote a testimony saying what had happened, how he did to
Tell
me.
us what,
So
tell her.
I don't have to, they have the paper what I wrote.
I know, but I'm asking you to tell the judge here today, what is it that you wrote on that piece of paper about Mr. Solis?
That we had, we got into it physically.
And physically how? Slapping? Was that part of it?
Yes,
Hitting each other? Was that part of it?
that was part of the thing, but it was a peer pressure that the cop told me that I had to write a testimony.
I'm not asking you that, Ms. Davila. I know that you want to take it back. I know you probably regret what you did that day, but you described to the officer that Mr. Solis had ever choked you?
Yes, sir.
Told him he choked you, correct? That he tried to impede your ability to breathe by choking you around the neck. Is that correct?
Yes.
You
But
also
this-
told the officer, hold on, Ms. Davila, Ms. Davila, before I object, hold on. Mr. Lopez will ask you questions right now.
Okay.
Did you ever tell the officer that he had slapped you?
Yes, sir.
Did you ever tell the officer he had grabbed your hair and pulled you by the hair?
Yes, sir.
Did you ever tell the officer that he had kicked you?
No.
So on that day that you had Mr. Solis arrested, did they ever have you go take photographs of your body, of your face, of any injuries? Do you remember that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And did they photograph your body at Hidalgo PD?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And do you remember who the individual was that photographed you?
I can't recall his name, the officer's name.
And then subsequent to that, he was arrested. He was given a bond. Were you ever asked to go to court on a protective order?
I never got asked. I just got told that they were going to put a protective order.
Okay. And you understood that protective order obligated Mr. Solis to stay away from you, correct?
Correct.
So
That's why I went back, because she didn't even ask me. She just said, we have to put a protective
hold on,
order.
Ms. Avila. Hold on, Ms. Avila. Did you then understand subsequent to that? I have no doubt that what you just said is true.
Mhm.
Did you then go pack your things at the house that you were living in with Mr. Solis and move out of the house?
Correct. I had to, because I didn't want.
Okay, I get that. It's just a yes or no, or else we're going to be here forever. So the answer is yes. You went, packed up your stuff, and you left, correct?
Correct.
How many days was it after Mr. Solis was released from jail that you had your first contact after his release from jail? How long after that was it that you spoke to him?
A while. And
Give me an idea. A week, 2 weeks?
more than 2 weeks, I don't know, like more than 2 weeks, I guess.
So how much time did Mr. Solis spend at home alone by himself, if you know, without guessing, before you moved back inside the house?
Like about more than 2 weeks, I guess.
Okay. When he got out of jail, did you call him or did he call you?
We couldn't have physical contact. We couldn't have contact. So
Okay.
we
I'm
didn't get
asking you, phone call. Did you call him or did he call you?
No,
And how is it that you made your way back to the house?
I contacted him.
Okay. And even though he had a protective order from you against him,
That's
you
why I came with the lawyer to get.
hold on, Ms. Avila. Don't jump it, because you may know it, Mr. Solis may know it, but the judge doesn't know it. So we need to break it into pieces so like that we understand what happened. Subsequent to that, you reached out to Mr. Solis, right?
Correct.
And I'm sure Mr. Solis told you, hey, man, I can't get anywhere near you. There's a protective order, correct?
Correct.
So then you went to either Mr. Lopez or someone else to urge someone to get rid of the protective order, correct?
Correct.
Right. So you could move back inside the house, correct?
Exactly.
All right. And now you're telling the court here today that everything that you wrote in that affidavit, right, to the officer was not true, correct?
Correct.
Right. And you understand that filing a false police report is against the law. You understand that, right?
Yes.
Did the officers from Hidalgo PD ever inform you of the fact that making a false report was against the law?
Yes.
Okay. Needless to say, you're telling the court today, irrespective of what that affidavit may show, you're telling the court today that that's not true, that everything you said in that affidavit was a lie. Correct?
It did happen. The thing
Okay, but
is,
I understand that. And I believe you when you say it did happen,
mhm,
but now you're going to tell people that it's a lie in order to drop the charges against Mr. Solis, correct?
it was a mistake. I should have never put that thing on him.
Irrespective of the fact that you got beat, hair pulled, choked, slapped, you're telling them that even though that happened, because you just told the court this happened, you're saying I should never have filed charges for that, correct?
It was a misunderstanding.
Okay. How is it a misunderstanding when someone beats you up, Ms. Davila? How can that be a misunderstanding?
Because he's not like that. He's not that kind of person.
Okay.
We
How
had
about
never
you?
litigation. We never had an argument before. It
How
was
about the things?
misunderstanding.
How about the things that he told the police about you? Was any of that true, or is that also a lie?
It was true.
It was true. You're a jealous individual, aren't you, Mrs. Davila?
Yes.
You've accused him of cheating behind your back, and that's been the bulk.
No, I have never. I haven't accused him of cheating behind my back to nobody. Never.
Okay, well then you enlighten us here today. You tell us why. You tell the court, why do you all fight so much if he's not cheating behind your back and you're not cheating on his?
I want to know what has this thing to do, our problems with the little girl, because she said that it's psychological to the little girl that she's been hearing all these problems. We never fight against anything against her because she's a little girl. And I know
That's not what I asked you. And when you say the little girl, Ms. Davila, when you say, I don't know what that has anything to do with the little girl, what do you mean
With
the
these-
little girl?
with his daughter, Lisa.
Right, but what you
This
said
is
right
the-
now,
What we're having
Ms.
right
Ms. Davila, I'm not going to argue with you. Please, let me ask the questions before I object. And then unfortunately, the judge instructs you not to talk over each other, including me. Why would you say, I don't know what that has anything to do with the little girl? You're talking about Lisa, right?
what I meant was Lisa, but
Okay,
it's-
so if you're not arguing with him about him cheating on you, in one sentence, what is it that you guys are arguing and fighting about to the point that you're physically hurting each other?
what are we fighting about?
I'll tell you what I think you're fighting about, and you tell the court if you agree with me or not.
Okay.
You're arguing about the little girl, that you seem to remissly just forget her name. Isn't that true, Mrs. Davila?
No.
I mean, you don't want him talking to Mrs. Chapa. That's why you give him the number, and you've made comments to Mrs. Chapa that he's not allowed to talk to her unless you're there, correct?
Yes, because she just wants.
Okay, is that it? Ms.
She
Davila,
wants-
Ms. Davila, Ms. Davila, Ms. Davila, Ms. Davila, Ms. Davila, Ms. Davila. I understand that you think that you run the courtroom, but you don't. And I'm going to make an objection at this time as to her being non-responsive. My question to you was simple. You understood the question, right?
Mhm.
Is that a yes?
Yes, sir.
And you've admitted that you won't let Mr. Solis talk to Mrs. Chapa without you there because of whatever reason. I didn't ask you for that. I just wanted to know whether or not that's part of the problem, correct?
Yeah, that's part of the problem because she just wants to get any little thing to talk to him and get us into problems.
Well, Mrs. Luisa Chapa was not the one that called the police on the 9th of February, correct?
Yes,
She's not the one that had Mr. Solis arrested, correct?
correct. And I didn't
She's
have
not the one, she's not,
him arrested.
she's
but
not-
I
she's not,
Obligate to do it.
Mrs. Davila, Ms. Davila, here we go again. She's not the one that lied on an affidavit, correct?
Yes, sir.
Mrs. Davila, if the court decides as an alternative, all right, to let Mr. Solis and his daughter go back to what they had before without you, is that going to be a problem for you and Mr. Solis?
No, it's not going to be a problem because the thing is,
No, it's just yes or no, ma'am. Is it going to be a problem, yes or no?
oh no, sir. But the thing is, she's making it a problem because she doesn't want to see me in the picture there. She doesn't want me near her, near Lisa. She doesn't want me near Lisa.
Right. And can I and is it possible that she doesn't want you there,
And
Mrs. Davila?
that's not going to happen.
Is
Me
it
together, and she should just
accepted?
like accept the fact that we're together. If she's not with nobody, or I don't know who she's with, I physically don't care. Like, I honestly don't care. Like, she just has to, like, yeah, get over it. Like, he already has his pareja, and I'm pretty sure she does or she doesn't. It does not matter. Like, the thing is,
So I just want to make sure I understand. I want to make sure I understand what you said. You said, hey, me and him are going to be together, and whether she likes it or not, she just got to get used to it, right?
exactly,
Right. And you want her to make sure, and she hears that, right?
correct.
All right. So do you think in any which way or form, Mrs. Avila, for a 29-year-old woman like you, do you think that maybe based on your behavior that Mrs. Chapa would have concerns about how you would treat her daughter and Mr. Solis's daughter based
No, sir.
on,
Never treated her daughter with disrespect. I've always treated her on top of everything, all the time. Picked her up. We've never had a problem whatsoever until now that Mr. Solis got arrested. Why now? Why didn't she do it before? It was always her, the one commanding. We would always try to work with her. And now we're having to go to court because he got arrested because of the fights that we're having that's affecting her daughter.
right? Well, I think it's more than that, Ms. Avila, but thank you anyways. Judge, I don't know whose dog that is, but it's
Okay,
not
one
mine.
more. Okay, one more. All right, good morning and welcome back, everybody. Sorry for the interruption. Court will resume with March 28, 2022 docket. And we're here on F0893-18-4 in the interest of Lisa Solis. And I believe Ms. Davila is testifying. And you may proceed, Mr. Salinas.
I don't have anything for Ms. Davila anymore, Judge.
Okay, who do you want to call next?
I think Mr. Trevino, I mean, Mr. Lopez. Sorry, Greg.
I'm sorry, Mr. Lopez.
I know Greg Trevino, and he is no Greg Trevino. Mr. Lopez is a
Mr. Lopez, you may
better
proceed,
looking
sir.
man. All right.
Thank you, Judge. Ms. Davila, are you okay with never again contacting Ms. Chapa through your phone?
I'm not okay with that.
If the judge orders that the communication has to be between the father and the mother, I mean, you're willing to follow a court order, are you not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. And if the judge were to order that, you know, all child exchanges need to be only between the father and the mother, you agree that court orders need to be followed?
I agree with the court orders. I don't agree with me not being there.
But are you willing to comply with court orders?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now there was some confusion earlier and I just need to clear this up.
But I'm pretty sure, Mr.
Yeah.
Lopez, that Mr. Solis is not going to agree with me not being there.
Okay, well, he can answer that in a minute
Okay.
if we need to call him again, okay?
Okay.
Now, okay, earlier, and I need clarification on this. Have there been any altercations between you and Mr. Solis while the young girl, Lisa, is at you all's house in Hidalgo?
No.
Okay. All right. And are you and Mr. Solis married?
No.
Are you all planning to get married?
Yes.
When?
Not right now.
Okay. All right, I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Salinas?
Just a quick question, Ms. Davila, what makes you so sure that if the court ordered you to stay away from this little girl during the visits with her father, what makes you so sure that Mr. Solis won't agree with that?
Because Mr. Solis doesn't even want her numbers. That's why she has to contact me whenever we go pick her up, because she finds any little thing to talk to him.
That's not what I asked you. What makes you so sure that if he loves his daughter so much that he wouldn't be willing to do anything for her? And if that included keeping you away from her while he's visiting with her, what makes you so sure that he won't do that?
He won't do that.
Because he loves you more? Is that what it is?
No, it's just that the little girl shouldn't be a problem. She never was a problem to us. So I'm pretty sure that he's
Well,
not
let's
gonna
just say without whatever you think, let's just set that aside. If the court ordered you to stay away from him and her while he's visiting with his daughter, you're not married. I mean, are you going to have a problem with that? Is that going to be part of another fight between you and Mr. Solis? You guys argue again?
No, but I'm pretty sure Mr. Solis doesn't agree on that.
But that's not my question. I mean, maybe you don't want to answer the question because you're very resolved to the idea that he won't allow it. I'm asking you. If he did that, if he said, you know what, Valerie, you can't come around. I want to, excuse me, let me finish. I really want to spend time with my daughter. I want to make it right. There's a misunderstanding. I need you to stay away when I'm visiting with my daughter. I get the impression, Mrs. Avila, that you're not okay with it. And that may be part
I'm
of,
pretty sure he's not either.
okay, but my question to you is simple. Because are you aware of the fact that the only thing the court cares about is what's in Lisa's best interest? The court doesn't care about Eloisa Chapa, you, or Mr. Solis. You understand that the judge is the third parent in this whole thing, probably the bigger parent. You understand that he doesn't care about any of that, or he shouldn't. It's a child's best interest. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And whatever static is going on between you and Mr. Solis, that's your business, as long as it doesn't interfere Lisa. Are you able to understand that?
I don't agree.
You don't agree?
No.
Well, then now we know what the problem is, right? You understand that Lisa's only 7.
I don't agree.
Do you understand that Lisa, listen to me, Ms. Davila.
Lisa
Do you understand that
having-
Lisa's only 7? Man,
Lisa has me.
Ms. Davila, you understand that Lisa's only 7?
Yeah, and I understand.
And you
too,
understand that you're
having
29?
me around.
And you understand that Mr. Solis is 45? And
Yes,
Mrs.
I
Solis-
understand everything pretty clear, and I understand clearly also that Lisa loves having me around.
Okay, well, let me put it this
And
way.
Lisa does not agree.
Let
with
me put it this way, Ms. Avila. You understand that Lisa's not yours. The judge, again, can't force you to.
But you can't force a child not to.
Judge, I'm gonna object to her. Obviously,
All right.
not allowed.
Objection sustained. Ms. Davila, listen carefully to the questions and only the question. Go ahead, Mr. Salinas.
Ms. Davila, if you really understood the situation, don't you think you'd be the first, like Mr. Lopez seemed to suggest, to volunteer and say, listen, let him visit. I love him so much, and I love that little girl so much. Let him visit with his daughter. I will stay away. Don't you think that that would be something a mature mother, woman who understands that she's about to marry a man with a prior child? Don't you think that that would be the right thing for you to do until this thing is ferreted out and we figure it out?
Mr. Solis does not agree with that, and I don't agree with it either. So I'm pretty
Well,
sure we can bring in
okay.
Mr. Solis to see his opinion about this.
Right. So it seems to me that you're more concerned about you and Mr. Solis and not so concerned about Lisa, correct?
Lisa's not the problem, though. The problem is that
Judge, that's all I have, Judge.
me near her
All
child.
right, thank you, sir. Mr. Lopez, any more questions?
Yes, ma'am, let me clarify what I asked, and I'm sorry if it was misunderstood. That while the child is being picked up and dropped off, that you're willing to follow the court order if the court orders you not to be present.
No, I don't agree.
During the exchange only.
I don't agree.
All right. In the couple of weeks that you and Luis did not live together, where did you go live?
He lived in his house. I lived in my house.
What do you mean by your house?
I lived at my mom's house.
Okay. Is that your home?
Yeah,
Other than, okay. Are you able to go back there and live if you wanted to?
yes. I mean, no, sorry. I meant to say no. Because I have some problems at home that that's why I moved out of my parents' house. But even though my parents, they tell me, oh, you still have your house, but I wouldn't go back only because they're super strict and they never let me grow up.
So other than those 2 weeks recently, when was the last time you lived at that house?
Just those 2 weeks.
But before those 2 weeks, man, when was the last time you lived at that house?
When I got a divorce, maybe like 3 years ago, 4 years ago. And it was just for like a month, I believe also.
Okay, so in the past 3 years, you've lived there about a month and 2 weeks.
Yes.
Do you consider that to be your home?
Not really.
Where's your home?
With Mr. Solis right now.
Okay, I'll pass the witness, Ron.
All right, anything else, Judge? She can be excused again for under the
All
rule.
right. All right, thank you for your testimony. Mr. Salinas, any other witness?
Mrs. Chapa, real quick, Judge, I'll make that short.
All right, Ms. Chapa.
Yes,
And then
hello.
we can excuse.
Yeah, let me
Ms. Davila.
excuse Ms. Davila. Can you? One moment. All right, Ms. Chapa, you need to unmute. You swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
All right, you may put your hand up. Go ahead, Mr. Gus.
Mrs. Chapa, I'm going to make this quick. How long have you been divorced from Mr. Solis?
I've been divorced since Luis Lago Solis since July 2018.
All right. And from what I can tell, are you in a classroom right now?
Yes, I'm actually at school. And
So you're working.
actually, no, I'm basically in a classroom that is empty. My principal provided me the room to be.
Okay.
My
So you
students are
got,
in lunchtime and in PE time, so it combined my time together.
okay. So just real quick, where do you work at, Ms. Chapa?
I work at Clinton Elementary. It's for La Jolla ISD.
Okay. And how long have you been there, Mrs. Chapa? Just real quick.
I've been here 10 years at Clinton Elementary. I've been working for 18 years already as a teacher and 15
Okay.
years for La Jolla ISD.
You heard some of the discussion that go back and forth with Mrs. Valerie Davila. Did you hear that?
Yes, I heard a lot of the discussion, and it's a
Well,
little
let me
bit bothering.
Okay. And I think one of those deals is that I think that from one of these numbers, you actually got phone calls from her. Is that correct?
Yes, I actually had phone calls and it was in person.
Well, before we go there, let me just ask you, because we're getting near the noon hour and I just want to condense it. I mean, can you, whether it was in person or via phone, what were the discussions that she was having with you?
Yes, several times she called me, and then it was in person because Mr. Solis she would go, are you home? And she would want it to go, and she would want to talk to me before going to pick him up, relating to him doing some cheating on her, and that she was having that problem, and then it just bothers that everything I just heard right now, she denies it, even though she did say it. And it could be her word against mine, but like I said, it's the best interest of my child. And she did confirm it to me twice that he had cheated on her, and she was going to hurt him where it hurt him the most. So that
Okay,
there
so
bothered me.
that's the next thing I was going to ask you, because I don't want to get into the long narrative deal. Allow me to ask a question. I remember that there was an issue that you had pointed out, that she had made a threat to you that she was going to hurt him where it hurt him the most.
Yes.
Okay. And if you can keep it as short as possible, so Mr. Lopez can make some notes, he may have some questions as well. So I don't want to go into this long tangent. Do you remember when she made that comment to you?
Several times that he sent her to apparently to go pick her up at home. Like I told her, it has to be him. And several times it had to, I told them. And
okay, but listen, Ms. Chapa, that's not the question I asked you. Do you
yes,
remember?
I'm sorry.
Okay, so when she made these comments to you, was it in person or over the phone?
In person, it was basically in September.
Okay.
And then it happened in October again. But sometimes she would call me to my cell phone, and not only that, it was on speaker, and my older daughters got to hear the conversation as well.
Not
Aren't
Lisa.
you concerned about this? Not only Lisa, I was like right there. She's talking to me in the whole surround system of the vehicle, telling me what Mr. Solis had done and what she was going to do.
So a little while ago, when she said that never happened, you're saying that's not true, Judge. She was lying to you.
Yes, like literally.
Okay.
That is wrong, deal, right there and then. I can see in the affidavit that she lied already. So I was like, my word against her was like, she basically, and even like Mr. Solis saying the days that they went to pick her up, Lisa was over there on the 21st of November. She was over there on the 2nd of December. Then on the 3rd. Then on the 9th, she's not going. It was like that they weren't going on that Thursday.
Okay, Ms. Chapa, listen, I can't get anywhere like this, Ms. Chapa. I can't have you just run amok like that and I know you want to tell your story. I know you're a little frustrated, but you can't do it like that. The judge is going to get lost. I'm going to get lost.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
No, that's okay.
So you filed an affidavit. Okay. You filed an affidavit in connection with it. And in there, you indicated that your daughter was physically and emotionally having some issues right? That
Yes.
raised some concerns with you, correct?
Yes, very true.
What you said in the affidavit, was that true and correct?
What I wrote at the
No,
affidavit,
listen to
it's
me.
correct.
Listen, Ms. Chapa, you're getting already.
I am sorry.
My knife cuts both ways. My mom says I should be a judge. Okay, just want you to know that, Judge.
No, that's
But
okay.
just what you said in the affidavit, is it true and correct?
It's true and correct that my daughter is going
Okay,
through that.
so it's yes, right?
Yes.
So secondly, what were you so concerned by it that you felt that you needed to go visit with a lawyer to address the issues regarding Mr. Solis's visits?
Yes.
Okay. And can you tell the judge, and you got to do it in pieces so we can digest it because you were there, but I wasn't there. Nobody else was there. What is it
Mhm.
that your daughter has told you about wanting to follow up and visit with her dad?
My daughter has told me that she doesn't want to go. And she has cried that she doesn't want to go because of the reason that they're always fighting. And it's like that they're fighting in front of her. So here at school, I even had the counselor talk to her. And the counselor, she stated to the counselor that they're always fighting and that they were throwing, like they had gotten into arguments that they don't want. She has said different situations. But the main
But that-
concern that they were arguing all the time. They're always fighting, and they had come to the conclusion that they had even thrown her toys when she's playing.
Okay, so let me ask
So
you.
right there,
Hold on. No, hold on.
yes,
Stop.
Mhm.
At any point in time, I know you're not a professional witness, and forgive me for my frustration as well, because we see this all the time. Is there anything that she indicated to you about what was happening with the toys? Whether or not Valerie was throwing them at Mr. Solis or Mr. Solis throwing them at her? Is any of that true about what Valerie told you?
she told me that they would argue for situations.
Okay, what about the
And-
toys, Mrs. Chapa? I'm asking you specifically about the toys.
Well, Lisa was the one that stated that they're always throwing the toys around when they're arguing.
So
When
this
she's
is,
there.
okay, all right. So before he got involved with Mrs. Davila, Valerie, had
Yes.
things been okay between Mr. Solis and your daughter?
Lisa started not wanting to go.
That's not what I
Lisa
asked
would
you.
cry.
That's not what I asked you.
I didn't understand it. I didn't
Okay,
understand.
let me ask it
Please say
again, because I know, again,
Please say it
forgive
again.
me. I know
Yes.
you're not a professional witness, but before Mr. Solis got involved with Valerie, were there any problems in Mr. Solis visiting with his daughter?
No,
Okay, you see how
there was
simple
no
that
problem. Yes,
Okay.
there was no problem. He would
problem.
always be there. No problem.
And that's kind of the sense I get from it. Not that what I think matters, but it's fair just to make sure the judge understands. Before Valerie got involved, Luis Lauro Solis was able to visit with his daughter, and for the most part, it was okay, right?
Yes,
Right. So that happened when Lisa was 4, everything was good. When Lisa was 5, things were still pretty good, right?
yes,
And it wasn't until Valerie got involved that you started to notice that that Lisa started to act up, correct?
yes. Starting it basically in October, that's when Lisa started that she didn't want it to go anymore.
Okay. And it's important, sometimes people file these lawsuits against each other because there's jealousy, there's other people involved. Mrs. Chapa, have you done that? I mean, are you still in love with Mr. Solis? Are you doing this out of spite?
No, sir. I am not in love with Mr. Solis, and I have, out of everything, I am married. I am in love with my husband. I love my husband. I respect my husband. And I have not tried to cheat on my husband with Mr. Solis because I don't even call Mr. Solis. Or I don't
Okay,
even text
all
Mr.
right, I
Solis.
got it. I think the court got it too. But I think that we're trying to find out whether or not either one of you guys, I think the court's trying to find out if both of you guys are really working towards what's in Lisa's best interest. You
Yes, I'm
understand that,
working
right?
in Lisa's best interest. Yes.
Okay.
And
you
that's why I
understand that
did
the
the
judge-
affidavit.
Hold on. And that's why, Mrs. Chapa, the court has to figure out whether or not you're telling the truth or Mr. Solis is telling the truth, and whether or not one is working in Lisa's best interest and maybe one is not. You understand that?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
sir, I understand.
So At one point in time, I think that you had indicated to someone in my office that you were doing this with a heavy heart, that you really didn't want to pursue it, but you felt like there was no other way to address this. Is that correct?
Yes, I did tell Pat that I felt to do it, so I needed to do it for Lisa's interest. It wasn't my interest or anything. It was basically her interest, because
Okay.
he's still the father, and he has to be part of her picture for the rest of her life. And that's what I did. But
Okay,
I
so
needed for her safety.
So
Safety is a major danger.
what's concerning to you is that you've never seen this kind of behavior on behalf of Lisa before.
No,
So now you're beginning to get concerned that when you tell her, hey, it's time to go see dad, that she's telling you, I don't want to go.
yes,
And when you push her a little bit harder to go, does she start to break, to cry and basically get upset about not wanting to go?
yes, sir.
Okay. She's had, or you've had an opportunity to speak to someone by the name of Dr. Quilantan, is that correct?
Yes,
Okay. And my understanding is, and you tell me if that's your understanding as well, that no real report or anything can be done until April 1. Is that a fair statement?
yes. No real report. That's what they said, that they needed to get to know Lisa.
Okay. Do you think that one of the problems, again, as an outsider, do you think that one of the problems here with Mr. Solis and Mrs. Avila, based on your conversations, not because you're guessing, that there seems to be a problem with the maturity and age difference between Mr. Solis and Mrs. Avila?
Was they
If you
can
don't
love
have
anybody. I don't have a problem with them, and at their age, people can fall in love anytime they want to. And as much as he wants it, whoever he wants, he's fine. I don't have anything against that. Everything is the safety of my child. But if they're basically having a lot of difficulties and a lot of problems, and my child is able to see that right there and then, to me, is a danger zone, safety issues for my daughter, I have to stand for my daughter.
You saw the way she reacted, Ms. Davila, the way she reacted a little while ago, kind of a little bit, again, with all due respect to her, a little bullheaded and maybe not so willing to abide by any order by the court. Do you think that if the court were to enter an order where she had to stay away, you think she'd respect it and she'd stay away? Or do you think that the court should enter an order where they suspend the visits until Dr. Quilantan can get her hands on this?
Just by seeing the way Valerie was, I don't know why. I guess it's a maturity or something. But no, my daughter safety comes first. So I don't want nothing to happen to my daughter for something to be taken against my daughter.
So
because she won't follow.
Is it your opinion that if this is handled quickly, if we abate the visits, if we get to a professional, if we do this quickly, there's still some room to repair this? Is that fair to say?
She has to, if they're one day going to be married, I expect my daughter to be safe and sound. And if she loves my daughter so much, pues try to understand my point of view, because I am the parent. I am the mom. Up to now, she's not the parent, and she will never be the parent because that's my daughter right there. And I will stand for my daughter, like I said. So I don't know what Mr. Solis will follow, but for the safety of my child, I expect things to go in order with counseling and whatever it has to do.
Because of the relationship, and this will be my last question, that with Valerie, all the good times Mr. Solis would spend with your daughter, I mean, that seems to have been sucked up now, and all that time's now his time with Valerie and whatever they're doing, and that seems to be a problem with Lisa, your daughter, right?
It seems to be a problem.
Yes, that's all I
because
have.
Lisa is missing a lot of
That-
she's missing a lot of the dad, because there's a lot of things that we're not going to pick her up. We're busy. We have plans. And pues, my daughter's the one taking it.
That's
All
all
right,
I
So the
have.
best thing.
All right, thank you, sir. Mr. Lopez?
Ma'am, that is an important question, and that's an important issue you just brought up. You believe your daughter should have a close relationship with her dad, right?
I believe, yes, sir. I believe she has to have that because it's going to be her father for the rest of her life. But if my daughter's having the concern that she doesn't want to go we need to bring it up. Why? Why is that
So-
concern and for the safety?
Okay, but you do wish your daughter to continue having a close relationship with her father.
Well, always. That's her
Okay.
father.
Good, good. I'm glad you think that way. That's admirable. That's good. It's probably very healthy for your daughter as well, ma'am. And we spent a lot of time talking about a woman named Valerie. Let's just suppose that Valerie was not in this story. Would you have any problems with my client, with the dad, continuing to see his daughter as per the order entered into in your divorce decree?
No, sir.
So you have
I
no
have no
complaint.
problem. I don't, with Luis, I had no problems. I never bothered Luis or anything. So I don't know why he say that I bother or I text them. I don't.
Okay, so you're not concerned about Luis and his interaction with your daughter itself. You're more concerned about the relationship and the dynamics at Luis's house.
I am more concerned of Lisa's safety. That's what I'm very concerned. Lisa's safety.
All right.
So
Now-
whatever Mr. Luis does, that's his problem. But my
Let's go-
daughter's safety is first.
Let's go back to what you alleged earlier, that Valerie called you and that she was on speakerphone, and that she said something that you considered to be a threat to maybe your daughter. When did that happen?
That, sir, happened in October. Apparently,
Okay,
Mr. Luis had cheated on her, and
Okay,
she was very offensive.
That conversation took place October 2021, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And since
And
then,
at
Miss
that-
Lisa did not want it to go.
And at that point, you started having concerns.
Yes, because she stated that she was going to hurt Luis where it hurt him the most.
Correct.
And to me, what hurts
Okay.
Lisa, digo, Luis is Lisa.
All right. And who was in the car with you, ma'am?
My daughters,
What are their names?
Priscilla and Christina.
Priscilla and Christina. Priscilla,
Yes.
how old is Priscilla?
Priscilla's 22.
22. Do you have an address for Priscilla?
She lives with me, 900
All right.
Dave Street.
Okay. And the other young girl?
Cristina Hilario.
And how old
She
is she?
lives with me as well. She's 19.
19. Okay. That's Priscilla and Cristina Hilario.
Yes,
Okay. And you referred to a counselor earlier. What is that counselor's name? The one at your school?
her name is Paula Garcia
Paula Garcia. And
at Clinton Elementary.
and it's your testimony that Ms. Garcia has actually talked to your daughter about these concerns.
Yes.
All right.
And then she was the one that, like, she's not completely certified. When I was like, that's why I took her to Ms. Tames, Ana Tames, as well too.
All right. And ma'am, if the concerns for your daughter's safety started around October 2021, why would you have filed this loss and restraining order until February? I believe it was February 2022.
Because Mr. Solis, and I tried calling him several times, and every answer would be her, which is Valerie. And like I said, I don't have anything against her, but I did. And there was a situation back in October as well that my principal had told me that maybe my daughter was going to be special ed. And I told Mr. Solis, I need to speak to you before you come for my daughter. So yeah, you need to get off. And the situation was like, whatever you have to tell me, you have to tell me in front of her. It's about our daughter. So, and she went right there and then in front of Mr. Solis. She's like, es mi pareja. Le digo, puede ser el dueño del circo. That was my response. And I still, if it's about my daughter, it's between him and me. You're not involved. in this.
Just for the record, Judge, that was the owner of the circus.
Yes.
I know we don't have a translator right now, Judge, but I'll
Yes.
serve in a multi-capacity. Owner of the circus, Judge.
Owner or the ringleader of the circus?
Yes, that would be the ringleader. Yes.
Ringleader. Mhm.
Yes.
All right. And ma'am, was it correct that there has been no visitation between Luis and his daughter since approximately November 2021?
No, sir. November 21st, Lisa went with the dad. And then December 2nd, I have Lisa went with the dad. December 3rd, Lisa went with the dad. On November 9th, he said he wasn't going to pick her up, and that was on a Thursday. December 16th, they text me, are you there? Because we're going to pick her up. So she was picked up on December 16th, and then she was picked up on December 17th as well. And then on December 19th, he confirmed to me basically that they were outside, and I told them not to get my daughter off, and that was on December 19th, not to get her off the vehicle because there was a cold front and it was real cold. So for them to wait for me so I can get a blanket and cover my daughter up before going into the house. And then on December 30th, I have a text from them, no vamos a ir ni esta ni la otra semana, which is not this week nor the other one, because we're sick. And that was December 30th. Then on December 31st, we're still sick, which was the following day. So for 2 weeks, they were not going to go pick up my daughter. And then on January, apparently they were going to go pick up my daughter. And I told them, I sent them the text back and they say, hey, you say you were sick with COVID for 2 weeks. A week just passed. How can you just, ya estamos bien. So we're okay already. Apparently they were okay. They hit no. If you send me the text, it says for 2 weeks, I follow with the text. So I forwarded the text back to them, and it stated that they were sick. But then on the 21st of January, we're not going to pick up Lisa. We are still sick again. So how can they wanted to go on the 7th to pick her up when a week just had passed. And then on the 21st, they're sick again when it was supposed to be Lisa's turn to go.
So then
Ma'am,
so then you disagree with Luis's testimony that he last saw his daughter in November?
No, sir. He saw his daughter on December 19th.
Hold on, Greg. I think you said Lisa, and I think maybe she misunderstood Valerie.
Yeah, but she clarified. My client last saw the child in December, and
December 19th.
All right, so that's that you would say is the last time that my client has visited with your daughter.
Yes, because every single time it has escalated that they've been sick. And then on January 21st, not going to pick her up, we are sick.
Why were there no visitations in February of 2022?
February 22, basically on the February 3rd, there was positive cases going on here at school, and Lisa was exposed. The student next to Lisa, sitting next to Lisa, was positive. So Lisa had to be out of school, and I informed them that Lisa was being exposed and let them know that I didn't want it for them to get sick or for the spread of germs. And then Lisa tested negative on the 6th because the nurse, they tested Lisa on February 6th. And then on February 9th, there's that mugshot going on, and it says physical injury to a family member. A family member. Well, that right there is a red flag. Something happened. My daughter's a family member. I don't want my daughter to be exposed to something. If something happened, like right there, everything that happened right there, all the situation, I was not aware. To me, it was something new, that it was a problem between them. With all honesty, I did not know about it. But
okay, that's fine. I think you've answered the question. So there was no visitation on February 3rd because you thought your daughter was exposed to COVID.
Yes.
And because you thought she was exposed to COVID, there was no visitation on the first Friday of February.
Yes.
And that was your decision, correct?
Well, it had to be a decision because of safety, what's going
Right,
on
ma'am.
with COVID. So
Correct. Your decision, you have a court order, but you said no because of COVID, can't visit. Was there any visitation February 18th, which would be like the third Friday of that month?
Okay, on the 18th, after being seen that mugshot on the 9th, I waited for Mr. Luis to let me know what was going on, because it's a safety of a child, and it says right there, physical injury through a family member. So I waited for Mr. Luis to, well, at least have the courtesy and say, Eloisa, you might be able to see this. And was nothing happened, or, out of courtity.
Okay,
That's it.
ma'am, but the question
But
originally was,
on the 18th, I have right there, Luis was going to send Valerie to pick up my daughter.
okay, so was there
So I
any
have the
visit?
text.
Ma'am,
No, I
Ms.
have the
Chapa,
text.
give him
that says-
Ms. Chapa, give him a chance to ask you a question, because I'm also
Yes.
listening to this and I'm
Yes,
freaking
sir.
out here. Sorry, Judge.
Yeah.
Give him a
Mhm.
chance to ask you a question.
yes, ma'am. So there was no visitation on February 18th as well.
No, sir. There was no visitation.
All right, there was no visitation. And then, there's no visitation in March, first Friday of March, because then you obtained the restraining order, correct?
Yes.
But we can agree, ma'am, that the visitation on February 4th and the visitation on February 18th did not occur because you decided that it should not occur. True or not true?
Well, because I suggested not to occur.
True to you, ma'am. It's
I
either.
cannot hear you.
Did those visitations not happen because you decided that they shouldn't happen?
I decided on the 3rd because of COVID being positive. And on the 18th, I decided because of the mugshot
Okay,
and physical
right.
injury. It's
Perfect.
dangerous to a child. So
okay, ma'am. Now, you're not alleging here that Luis has ever been violent or abusive towards your daughter, correct?
no, to now, I don't know Mr. Luis being violent. Now it
He-
surprises me that he's violent.
Right.
So-
He has not been violent to your daughter, correct?
No,
And you just made an important point. You don't know Luis to be a violent person, period.
yes, I don't know for him to be violent, but if he's aggressive now, I don't want my daughter to be exposed to something like that.
Okay. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Mr. Linas?
Mrs. Chapa, again, everything you stated in your affidavit is true and correct.
Yes, sir, because
Hold
I
on,
am
Ms. Chapa, Ms.
concerned.
Chapa, hold on.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It says yes, and when you say yes and because,
yes,
we're all
it's a
we're all
yes,
cringing,
okay.
including the judge. We're all
Okay.
like, is
Now
it
I'm
true
pretty
and
sure it's
correct?
close to lunch hour.
Well,
Yes, I
is it-
understand.
Okay, is it true and correct? Simple. Yes or no?
It's truly correct. It's
Okay.
truly correct.
And secondly, I think Mr. Lopez asked you some critical questions. He said you decided to not abide by a court order. That's correct too, right?
Yes, because it's correct order.
Hold on,
that
there
she
you
has
go
to pick
again.
her up.
There you go again. No, because no, I'm not asking that. Sorry, Greg. Okay.
Yeah.
So you decided not to abide by the court order, correct? Yes. Right.
Yes, but there's.
Hold on,
can
no, don't stop right there.
No, okay, yes,
Okay.
I'll stop.
And then number two, Mr. Solis didn't abide by it either because Mr. Solis didn't abide by it either because there were times when he just decided not to go pick up your daughter, correct?
Yes,
All right. And number three is the last thing and probably the most important. You have an obligation under that order to your daughter. You understand that? You understand that you have an obligation to take care of your daughter. Are you there, Ms. Chapa?
yes, I'm here. Yes, I
Okay,
have an
do you
obligation to
understand-
take care of my daughter.
Okay, I thought I was speaking Chinese here. I'm sorry.
No, I
You
thought
understand you have an obligation to take care of your daughter.
Yes, I haven't
Like all
understand.
Okay, like all parents have an obligation to take care of their children, correct?
Yes, sir.
Right. So sometimes you have to compromise your obligation and your duty under the law to take care of your daughter, correct?
Yes,
And then you also have this other duty to follow the court's orders.
yes,
Okay. And sometimes those two things kind of get crossways with each other. Is that correct?
yes, sometimes they do.
Okay. So we know unequivocally that for many, many years after your divorce, Jose Lauro Luis has been able to see his daughter, correct?
Yes,
And you told us that it was without any problems. And I think you also told us that for the most part, Mr. Solis is a good dad, correct?
yes, he
The
is.
problem is that he's gotten together with someone else recently who's 28 or 29 years old, correct?
No, I believe she's. they
Okay,
said
no,
29.
don't worry about that. 28 or 29, correct?
Yes.
And now there's some situations going on there between him and Valerie that are causing issues with your daughter.
Yes.
Right. So you remember that old Sesame Street song that says one of these things just doesn't belong here? Remember that?
Yes.
Right. The problem here is that since he started up his relationship with Valerie, now there's issues with your daughter, correct?
Yes, sir.
And then your daughter had talked to you about those issues, correct?
Yes.
And
Yes, sir.
you still encouraged her to go see her dad, correct?
Yes.
And then those issues may have been exacerbated and confirmed as a result of your discussions with Valerie, correct?
Yes.
And then on the 9th of February, when you saw his mugshot, you said, oh, wow, I guess this is really happening. This is really going on, correct?
Yes. This really happened when my daughter test.
Okay,
Okay.
so whatever it is that your daughter is telling you is no longer child's play or child's game. I mean, we hope that Mr. Solis gets those issues resolved, but there's reason to believe that what your daughter's been telling you is actually happening, correct?
Yes, sir.
And a little while ago, we saw a little bit of that in Mrs. Avila, correct? Mrs. Valerie,
Yes, sir.
right? Okay. So that's all I have for now, Judge.
Anything else, Mr. Lopez?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you for your testimony, man. All right,
Yes,
what is the request, Ms. Salinas?
Your Honor, we're asking that the court temporarily enjoin or abate the visits until we get professional help through Mrs. Quilantan, Dr. Quilantan, I'm sorry, Dr. Quilantan. We're scheduled. I can tell you as an officer of the court, I was told that they wouldn't have anything fixed in stone until maybe April 1st. We're
Okay.
also asking that the court order Mr. Solis at the request of Dr. Quilantan to visit with him as well. And whatever Dr. Quilantan requires as far as either Mrs. Chapa and Mr. Solis and the child or individually that they abide by the court order and cooperate with any counseling that Dr. Quilantan will recommend to these folks so they can overcome whatever it is.
Okay,
You know.
Mr. Lopez?
Judge, if the court's going to order the child or the family, the mom and dad, to visit with Dr. Quilantan, we ask that the costs be shared equally among the parties. That's number one. Number two, Judge, there's been a lot of testimony that is complaining about someone that has not been sued in this case, is not a party in this case. The child's mother, Ms. Chapa, has actually said, Luis has been a good dad. My daughter should have a good relationship with her dad. I've never known Luis to be a violent person. Frankly, she said she was surprised that this had happened. We asked that the visits not be terminated or enjoined. I think Ms. Chapa was very clear saying that she wishes that relationship to continue between her daughter and the dad. But of course, if the court needs to make orders that are appropriate to have that happen, my client will follow them, Judge, including any restrictions that may be placed. My client had asked that the exchanges now be at the Palmview Police Department in the event that the court is inclined to continue ordering possession. And, my client's no longer asking for Thursday access for now, Judge.
All right, at this time, the court will not order visitations until we get the report from Dr. Quilantan and see what the recommendations are going to be. And then we're going to have to see whether we need counseling or whatnot to help the matter here. So no visitations at this time until we get a report from Dr. Quilantan, and then perhaps we can do some other stuff, maybe even mediation and whatnot, or get an attorney, guardian ad litem. So I guess let's just wait for the report.
Judge, I don't know if Mr. Lopez has a problem. We might need a guardian ad litem because I don't mind waiting to do that. Greg, obviously there'd be a cost to that as well, but I don't know if you're in agreement to have that done now, or maybe you want to talk about that later.
No, Judge, I don't want this case to drag on with maybe the report from Dr. Quilantan. We want some deadlines, a status hearing, and yes, we agree to have an attorney appointed for the child.
Anybody in mind, gentlemen, that you all can think of?
Wow.
Well, there's Cedillo, there's Diaz, there's
Cedillo or Ms. Diaz. Ms. Diaz, Your Honor. Actually,
Judge, I would ask the court to consider maybe Mr. Flores, Abel Flores. who-
ABO Flores?
Abiel Flores, he recently was involved and I thought he'd done a very good job. It took a little bit of elbow grease, but he was able to, and he's easily to access. And Greg, if the court's inclined to do that, I can even give you his cell number. I thought he did a good job. It didn't necessarily go my way, but
Well,
Ms. Diaz has been in ad litem on other cases, you know, she has a lot of experience, Judge.
I like Abel, not a problem, but this is a little girl with Lisa, and so I was gonna prefer a young lady. Who else? Let's see. Somebody said Cedillo, Nina Diaz,
Ms. Cynthia del Bosque, Judge.
Cynthia del Bosque. That's another one, yeah.
Vanessa Flores also,
Lucia.
Judge.
Lucia Alvarado.
Oh, Vanessa Flores, another one. Lucy Alvarado. No regalado. Lucy regalado.
I don't have a problem with Vanessa. I've never seen her in an ad litem capacity, but I know she's done a couple.
Let's try with Vanessa. What's her name?
Flores.
Vanessa Flores.
She's Judge Keno's wife, and only
Okay, Vanessa
because
Flores.
she's a former prosecutor, and then she could also know how to
Right.
navigate around the issue that Mr. Solis is.
Yeah, but all those I mentioned, they're all very good. I'll guarantee you that much. And so we'll use Vanessa Flores right now. And let's see what the report says and go from there. Let's see what recommendations, what counseling and so forth is going to be needed. And of course, we're going to be asking that the parents cooperate. If not, then they're going to help their cause. So anything else, gentlemen?
No, Judge,
Jeremy,
that's all I
Mr.
have.
Lopez? A
Well,
status
Ms.
hearing?
Flores, ad litem for the child or guardian or?
When they order, we can put there the receipt.
Okay. No, it'll be the guard. Was it guardian item?
Judge, I'm asking for an ad litem, only someone that can advocate for the child's wishes.
Okay, an item.
All right.
All right, well, we'll do an item, okay?
And can we have a status hearing? Can
Can't hear you, Judge.
In the order for the item, we will put the reset date there for the status hearing.
Okay.
And the issue of whether Ms. Davila will be going with Mr. Solis to the doctor's visits, I don't think so. I think she shouldn't be there at the office.
All right.
Okay?
Right,
Alright.
Judge. And I was gonna say, I'll prepare an order, Greg. I'll shoot it to you, see if you're okay with it. If not, shoot it back to me. And
Okay.
I'll work on it, and then we'll give it to you, Judge. And I'll include in there that Vanessa Flores is the ad item for the child.
That's right, Vanessa Flores, right. Oh, they're all wonderful. They're all good people, but we just gotta pick one. Okay?
And to leave a blank there for the recent date.
Leave a blank for the reset date, please. The status hearing, right?
Okay.
Status
All
hearing.
right.
Can they put the appointment date with the doctor on there?
I will include all that information in there, Judge.
Okay,
And we will include language that the parties are to cooperate with Dr. Quilantan to help get
Exactly.
a recommendation and
I
report.
think they should, yeah. Okay.
Very well,